I'm not tired. I don't want to go to sleep.
Mama, are you coming? We want to hear a story.
Right here. Alrighty. Which story do you want to hear tonight?
I want to hear one about the bumblebee.
No, we heard that one last night.
So what? I want to hear it again.
I want the one with the princess in the red dress.
No, it's boring. I want the one with the bumblebee. The bumblebee.
Oh, okay. How about a new story?
With a princess?
And the bumblebee. I want a scary story.
Please.
Please.
Okay. We'll see. Once upon a time, a gentle breeze from Hushabye Mountain softly blows o'er Lullaby Bay. It fills the sails of boats that are waiting to sail from Lullaby Bay.
Tell me a story.
What kind of story?
Story about a young man.
A young man? All right. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a young man, young enough to still be full of courage, and man enough to care for those he loved. He still lived alone, although he hoped not for too long. There was a young woman he often thought about with fondness and a bit of worry. For she was smart and very beautiful, and the men felt nervous around women such as her. One day, or was it evening? Yes, one warm summer evening he came home late, for he had stayed for dinner at his mother's. She could not stop talking about the girl she wanted him to meet. His mother was a woman who was not known for her patience. The young man loved his mother. Being the good son he was, he did not quarrel with her. He patiently ate his dinner, praising his mother's cooking, and thanked her before he left. He walked to his home, thinking of the beautiful girl he liked and enjoying the warm weather. When he opened the door to his house, he noticed that it was unlocked.
Did he go in?
Yes, he did. He was a young man, after all. Who knows what happened in that house? Maybe a robber was caught midway stealing his meager possessions. Maybe another man who was fond of the same girl came to challenge him. Nobody saw anything. But the young man was left lying on the floor of his house, blood streaming from his head, and a bullet in his brain. Only he wasn't dead. Not yet.
I can't see your face.
Not yet.
Sorry for the mess. I was going to clean.
The mess doesn't bother me. You're young and sweet.
What is it on the floor? Did I spill something? My head. It feels so empty.
Don't worry, it's already gone.
It is? It's odd. It was just here. I feel so light. But I can't get up. Maybe I can float away. I must have fallen asleep. Am I dreaming?
Of course you are.
You have a nice voice. You must have a pretty face.
But not as pretty as hers.
No, not as pretty as her. I've never met anyone as pretty as her. I want to marry her.
You might.
And they lived happily ever after, like in the story.
What story?
About the couple who lived happily ever after.
Happily ever after. That's funny. I've never heard a story like this. Tell it to me.
Okay, I can do that. I have nothing else to do.
Oh, you will have plenty to do. Just not yet. Well, where is your story?
Oh, right. Sorry. Once upon a time, there was a husband and wife who lived right next to death's door.
Right next to it?
Yes, right next to it. They've been married for more than 180 years. So long that it was hard to tell when one of them ended and the other began.
180 years? What a funny story. I've never met anyone to live that long.
Do you want to tell the story?
No, you're telling it just fine.
All right. Every day they saw death pass by their house with his precious haul. Yet they were invisible to her empty eyes. In all the years they've been together, they've never been sick in spirit or in body, as if sickness or sadness could not touch them. Their many children and grandchildren, and even some of their great-grandchildren have passed away, yet they remain strong and weathered like 1,000-year-old pines.
How could death not see them? They were right there. It makes no sense.
Just wait. Every morning, the wife would put out a small bowl with milk and honey, and every night the husband brought it back empty. One day, the wife woke up with a strange thought in her head.
I wish I knew what awaits on the other side of the death door.
Don't talk nonsense. Let the sleeping dogs lie. The hellhounds are fierce when you wake them. Just keep quiet and count your blessings.
But the next morning, the same thought occurred to her.
I really wish I know what awaits on the other side of the death door.
Don't stir up trouble. If the night hag hears you, there will be hell to pay.
The next morning, the wife's curiosity became so strong that she couldn't help herself and screamed.
I wish I knew what awaits on the other side of the death door.
Shh! You'll bring a world of trouble on our heads. Death has no ears, but her hearing is as sharp as a knife.
But it must have been the devil who planted those thoughts in the wife's head, for it would not leave her, whatever she did to distract herself. The next morning, the wife took out a bowl of milk with honey and spilt it on the ground and left the bowl empty. When death came with his grim haul, she saw there was no milk in the bowl. Surprised, she lifted her head and looked around, laying her eyes on the little house for the first time. Why is it so dark? Did it get darker?
Is that better?
Yes. You have pretty eyes.
Not as pretty as hers.
No.
Don't cry.
This is so sad. He's just a young man.
I shouldn't have told you this story. Let me tell you a different one. My sister used to tell it to me. Once upon a time.
Once upon a time, there was a vain and selfish woman who was pregnant with her first child. Her pregnancy was not an easy one. She lost her good looks and graceful walk and became so bitter and nagging that her husband started spending more and more time at the pub, away from home. Even her own mother could not bear the sight of her anymore.
I'm going to the pub.
Huh?
I'm going to the pub.
Okay.
I'm going.
Fine. Go. I heard you the first time.
Fine.
Can you make me some tea? I'm so bored. Can you put some honey in that, please? Ugh, it's too sweet. What kind of honey did you put in that? It tastes strange.
Dear God, I
I've had enough with you. If you don't change your ways, you're gonna end up raising your kid alone.
Whatever, old woman.
As time grew closer to that special day when the new souls are released into the temporary world, sudden fear gripped the woman.
How are you doing, my child?
I'm afraid, Mama.
What are you afraid of?
What if I die when the baby comes?
Don't talk nonsense. You're young and strong and you can bury a kid and dance the next day. I'm pretty sure the kid will bring you no harm.
I'm afraid, Mama.
What are you afraid of?
What if the child dies and leaves me heartbroken?
Don't talk nonsense. I've read the cards. You're gonna be blessed with a healthy child.
I'm afraid, Mama.
What are you afraid of?
What if I lose the beauty that God has given me, and when my husband sees me, ugly as I will be, he'll leave the house for good?
Don't talk nonsense. Your husband loves you, and he's gonna be full of joy when he sees the baby you give him.
But the woman continued to fret until her mother couldn't bear it anymore.
Bring this pie I made, bring it to the witch, and ask her to put a good spell on you to make her worth it. And stop complaining.
There was a witch who lived outside of town in a little hut in the forest. The woman took an apple pie that her mother baked to appease the witch and made her way to the forest. On her way to the forest, she grew very hungry.
I'm so hungry I could die. I think I'll have just one little piece. The witch won't notice it.
She took a bite of the pie and felt better. But in a few minutes, she felt hungry again.
I think I'll just have one more little bite. The witch won't notice it.
She took another bite and felt much better. In a few minutes, she became ravenous again.
Ugh! So hungry I could eat the bark right off the trees. I'll have just one more little tiny piece. The witch won't notice it.
When she opened the basket, there were only 2 little pieces of the pie at the bottom. The woman took the bigger one and left the last little piece in the basket.
Surely this is enough to appease the witch.
When she reached the little hut the witch lived in, she knocked on the door.
Was bothering me in my own home, not letting me rest.
A poor, unfortunate woman who's bearing a child who's sucking the life out of me and ruining my marriage.
Go away. Find another fool to listen to your nonsense.
The woman knocked again.
Who is bothering me in my own home, not letting me eat?
A miserable wretch whose own mother won't take care of her, refusing to comfort her own child.
Go away. Find another fool to listen to your nonsense.
The woman knocked again.
Who is bothering me in my own home, not letting me drink my tea?
A poor, luckless sufferer whose husband spends all his time in the pub instead of taking care of me, his young wife, who he is lucky to have, by the way.
Did you bring me anything? I am getting rather hungry.
Well, I brought you the sweetest apple pie that anyone could bake. But my mother, the old hag, she ate most of it when I wasn't looking.
The door opened a crack, and the woman passed the basket to the witch. When the witch saw the tiny piece of pie left for her, and the crumbs surrounding it, she was quite offended. However, she took pity on the woman, who was clearly distressed.
What is it that you want to, big, fat, ugly toad?
I want my looks back. And I want my back to stop hurting day and night. And I want my faithless husband to come home and start taking proper care of me. And I want my mother to stop complaining so much and start taking care of the house again. And start cooking food that actually tastes good, not like old shoes, and that doesn't cause me indigestion. And I want my labor to be smooth. And I want my child to be the most beautiful in the whole neighborhood. No, the whole city. No, the whole country. That way everyone will know how special I really am.
You want all of this for one miserable piece of a pie, huh?
I will bake you as many pies as you could possibly want, if any of that comes true.
The witch, angry as she was, decided to give the woman another chance. She gave her one of her plants.
Take good care of this plant, and your wish might come true. You have to place it in the sunniest spot of your home and water it every day before your water breaks. When the labor starts, break one single leaf off the plant and ask your mother to make tea from it. Drink the tea. It'll make your labor smooth and your baby healthy.
What about my looks?
As you do to others, so will be done to you. Take good care of this plant, and your wish might come true.
The woman took the plant and went back home. She placed the plant in the kitchen, in a dark corner behind the stove. When her mother came to visit her, she saw the plant and asked,
Pretty plant? Where did you get it from?
The witch gave it to me.
Why don't you put it by the window?
That's where my chair is. Where am I supposed to sit when my feet get tired during the day?
I hope you know what you're doing. It's foolish to disobey a witch.
Like she would even know the difference.
Do as you wish, but don't come crying to me when things go south.
Whatever. The evening came, and the woman went to bed. Before falling asleep, she asked her mother to wake her up before dawn the next morning so she could water the plant.
Wake up! Wake up, it's almost done. It's time to water the plants.
Go away. Too sleepy. Water it yourself.
Do as you wish.
Over the next few days, the woman's pregnancy became easier and more bearable. As time passed, she forgot all about the plant. When the time came, and the woman's water broke, she felt her first labor pains.
Ah! Mother! Mother! Go get the plant! Make me some tea so my labor will be smooth!
When the mother found the plant, it was all dried up and dead.
Stupid witch and her stupid plant! All it did was make everything worse! The old crow, she tricked me! It hurt! I feel like I'm dying!
When the woman finally gave birth, instead of the beautiful baby she'd hoped for, she delivered something unexpected, a seedling of a juniper tree.
Little darling thing, sleep, don't feel the sting. Baby needs to close their eyes. Sleep, my little sweet thing. Try not to feel the sting. Darkness falls around you. Nothing more to hear. Nothing more to see. Nothing more to feel. Shh, don't cry, little one. Mommy loves you. One day, you'll grow big and strong, like the mighty tree outside mighty oak outside of my window. You will see 1,000 summers come and go, and 100,000 rains will fall at your roots. Birds will come and nestle among your branches, and they'll sing you sweet lullabies. So shh, don't cry. Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, there were 2 brothers who lived in a small house with their parents. Their parents were busy people who worked hard to put food on the table. They left the house before dawn and returned tired after dusk. The brothers were left alone in the house to care for each other. Time moves slowly when you're young, and the gray beast of boredom took over the brothers' lives and made them slow down to a snail's pace. When time became so slow that a second felt as long as an hour, the boys could not tell anymore if they were dead or alive. Zozo, the restless trickster spirit that lived between the 2 worlds, would sneak in to make trouble.
Who are you?
Hey kid, you want to see something cool?
Yeah? How did you do that?
You want to see something else?
Hey! What the hell? Hey, are you doing this? No, I didn't. I didn't do anything.
Zozo would whisper wicked, mischief-making schemes into the older brother's ear. He would help him make the stove burst into flames.
What the hell? Hey, are you doing that? No, I didn't. How would I even do something like this?
He made books fly off the shelves.
Jesus! What is that? Can you stop it? What are you talking about? You're such a freak.
But his favorite thing was to open up a small tear between the 2 worlds and let the sounds of the restless spirits flow in and scare the younger brother half to death.
What the hell? Mom! Mom! You're gonna cry. No! You're such a wimp. No, I'm not. I'm not a wimp.
One day, on All Souls' Day, when the veil between the 2 worlds is the thinnest, the dead and living meet each other for a meal and a drink in the cemetery. The children's parents went to the cemetery along with the other townsfolk to feed the dead. Zozo, busy as he was, forgot to warn the brothers not to open the vent on All Souls' Day.
I'm so bored.
I'm more bored.
No, you're not. I'm more bored. I'm so bored that I could die.
I'm so bored, my eyeballs are gonna fall out of my head.
Ew. No. I'm more bored. I'm so bored that it feels like my brain is melting and dripping out of my ears.
Well, I'm so bored, all my hair is gonna fall out of my head.
Ew! You be bald! Baldy! You're such a big baldy.
Shut up, you're a loser.
No, I'm not. You're a loser.
No, seriously, shut up.
I can't take this anymore. I'm gonna go.
Whatever, loser.
I hate you.
I'm so bored.
As the older brother couldn't take his boredom anymore, he went to the vent and opened it. But nothing happened. Thinking that something was stuck in the vent, he got a broom and pushed it in.
Oh, come on. Where are you? I'm so bored. Whatever.
Disappointed, the older brother went to bed. Little did he know that he tore a hole in the fabric between the two worlds large enough for a demon to walk through. At night, an underground monster crawled out from the vent, seeking the boys.
Come out, wherever you are.
Brother, help me, please! Brother, help me! The demon is carrying me away! Brother, help me, please! No! Brother, wake up! Please wake up! Please! Please wake up! No! The demon is carrying me, please! Brother, wake up. Please wake up. Please wake up. Don't leave me alone, please.
When the parents came back from the cemetery that night, they discovered their older son motionless on the floor, his body warm and breathing, but his soul long departed, never again able to find its way back home.
Would you pour me some wine?
What was this?
Shh. It's nothing. You were just dreaming. What about the story?
Oh, yes. The story. I almost forgot. When Death laid her eyes on the little house near the death's door, the wife was just about to gut the fish her husband caught in the stream at the bottom of the mountain. Death beckoned her.
Is it you who wanted to see what is on the other side of the door?
The wife, her heart in her mouth, dropped the fish and felt her spirit fleeing as Death's eyes locked on her. The husband saw that Death was about to claim his wife.
No! You can't take us both, take me instead.
Death, who only had space for one at a time, stretched her bony hand to claim her husband's soul. The bodiless soul, left unclaimed, searched for a place to hide and, seeing nothing but a dead fish on the floor, entered it, breathing life back into it.
What happened next? Did the husband die?
No, he became a fish.
A fish? What about the wife?
She took care of him.
And Death? What happened to her?
She left.
Left.
Yes.
Just like that?
Yes.
What a wonderful story. I've never heard a story like this.
I'm tired. I want to sleep.
Soon.
What is that? Is that a bee? Where did it come from?
From the tears of the sun god when he cries over the hot desert sand.
I've never been to the desert.
I think you'd like it.
Why is he crying? The sun god, I mean.
His heart sorrows when he sees all the suffering.
Someone is crying.
For whom?
For you.
For me.
The sorrow burns your soul away like acid. Is that her?
Yes.
Tell me about her. What eyes does she have?
Blue, like the sea. Her skin is pale, like the moon on a dark night. I would like you to meet her.
One day. Let me tell you a story.
Once upon a time, there lived a young girl who had a very sensitive nature. When she witnessed a simple unhappiness of people or beasts, it made her skin turn red, burn, and sting.
Mama,
Yes, my darling.
will you die?
Of course, sweetheart. Everybody died.
Will Father die?
He will, but not for a while.
Not for a long while, I hope.
Will my little brother?
Don't think about it, sweetheart. It's okay.
He will live a long life. The fortune teller saw it in his palm.
If she witnessed any suffering, ugly blisters appeared all over her body.
What is it, sweetheart?
Nothing.
You know, the neighbor's son fell off his bike today. His arm was cut up so bad that the doctor had to put 10 stitches in the kid.
I know.
If she got even a glimpse of injustice, she broke out in horrible hives and blood streamed from her wounds.
Poor Baker.
What happened?
The children played a prank on him. They put a mouse into a loaf of bread that their parents bought, and when the parents found the mouse, they complained to the mayor.
And?
They shut down the bakery. I saw him crying on the front steps of town hall.
Poor Baker. He was such a nice man. He used to give me fresh and warm water on my way to school.
Poor man. You know, his wife got sick last year, and his wayward son just keeps getting into trouble. I guess when the devil lays his eyes on you, it makes it hard to catch a break.
Don't mention him. You'll call misfortune on us.
When her wounds would heal, they would turn to scales, so she looked less and less like the beautiful child she was, and more like a terrifying, scaly beast.
Papa, help! It hurts!
My poor baby! My heart's breaking! Look how she suffers!
It's like someone put a curse on her. If only I knew who, I would not stop until I tear their heart out and make them eat it.
Don't talk like that. What good would it do?
Her parents didn't know how to help her. They locked her in a room so she couldn't come across any person or beast. But even then, she could sense the suffering through the walls of her house. And because the world at this time, as any other, was full of unhappiness and injustice, the girl continued to suffer until all of her skin turned to scales and nobody could recognize her. There was a witch who lived in a small hut in the forest, some distance away from the house. One day, as the parents grew more and more desperate seeing their child suffer, they made their way to the forest and knocked on the witch's door.
Who is bothering me in my own home, not letting me rest?
Poor parents at their wits' end.
Who brought you a pillow, soft as dove's feathers, so you can rest?
Go away. Find another fool to listen to your nonsense.
The parents knocked again.
Who is bothering me in my own home, not letting me eat?
A poor, heartbroken mother who brought you some food, so to lessen your hunger.
Go away. Find another fool to listen to your nonsense.
The parents were too desperate to leave, and they knocked again.
Who is bothering me in my own home, not letting me drink my tea?
A poor father, gray with worry, who brought you some sweet wine to help quench your thirst.
Fine. Be it your way. Tell me your quandary, but make it fast. It is almost time to feed my mice. And if you don't feed them, they will take matters into your own hands and eat you instead.
Parents told the witch of their problem and awaited her answer.
There is a remedy for this, but it will cost you dear.
Anything. We'll pay anything you ask for.
Don't make promises you will regret.
Please, it will cost us too much if it helps our child.
Be it your way. Take this beeswax and make a little ball in the shape of your daughter. When your daughter suffers again, dip a handkerchief in the sweat of her brow and the blood of her wounds and wring it over the doll. Then light a candle and place the doll in front of it in your daughter's room. Your daughter's pain and suffering will lessen. But be careful. To have a body is to feel, and to feel is to suffer.
On their way back home, the parents noticed a large bee following them. The father tried to swat it away, but the bee would not leave him.
Go away, stupid bee! There's nothing here for you!
Hush. Bees bring good luck.
You and your old wives' tales. I swear, you believe in anything these days.
Say what you want. I know what I know.
When they got home, the parents did what the witch told them. And when the mother lit the candle behind the doll, a shadow looking exactly as her daughter appeared on the wall.
Papa,
Yes, my baby?
can you help me to get up?
Are you sure you're up to it?
I feel better. I can stand on my own.
As the next evening came, the girl was able to get up without help for the first time in weeks. And the shadow got up with her and followed her until nightfall.
Mama?
Yes, my darling.
Can you open the blinds, please?
Are you sure, my baby? The
Yeah.
light might hurt your eyes.
I feel better, Mama. Can you bring me some water? I want to wash my face.
The day after, she was able to wash her face and brush her hair for the first time in months. And the shadow followed her perfectly. On the third day, the girl awoke with a smile on her face for the first time in years.
Mama,
Yes, my darling.
did you open the window?
No, it's closed, my baby.
Can you open it, please? I want to feel the wind.
It will get cold, my treasure.
I feel better, Mama, please.
She looked out the window and felt the warmth of the sun. She turned around and saw her shadow looking at her. She waved, and the shadow waved. She moved, and the shadow moved. The girl laughed, and the shadow laughed as well.
Hey, did you hear all the commotion this morning?
No, what happened?
The children across the street, they caught a stray cat and tied a bunch of empty cans to its tail. The poor brute, he was so terrified. He was running and screaming like a baby across the street.
Poor thing. Are you crying, my baby?
No, I'm not. Why don't you move, you silly shadow? You're too slow.
The shadow tried to dance again, but stumbled and fell. The next day, the girl woke up feeling stronger. But when she looked for her shadow, she couldn't find it. The shadow had grown smaller and was laying on the floor, unable to move.
Poor stonemason.
What happened to him?
He was fixing his roof this morning when he fell off his ladder and hit his head so hard he had to go to the hospital.
You know, I saw him last night at the pub. He was so drunk, he couldn't even remember who I was.
His children are still so young. What will they do if he can't work? They'll have nothing to live on.
Are you okay, my darling?
Yeah, I'm fine. Why wouldn't I be? Come on! Why don't you play with me? You stupid shadow! You're good for nothing!
The next morning, all was barely visible.
Darling, I need to tell you something. I have bad news. Your mother's not doing well.
What's wrong with her?
She's ill. She's very ill. Would you like to see her? She was asking for you.
I'm busy right now. See her later.
She might not have much time left, my little angel.
I'm pretty sure she'll be fine. I want to play right now. Come on.
Come on, why don't you play with me, you stupid shadow? I hate you. You know what? I don't want to play with you anymore.
And she stomped out of the room, slamming the door behind her. And as soon as she left the room, the candle the witch had given them went out. Whatever was left of the shadow disappeared with a sigh, taking the girl's soul with it.
You're not gonna wake up, are you?
He is here. He can hear everything.
Can you hear me? I hope so. Why don't I tell you a story? Oh, I'll tell you one. I'll tell you one anyways. Once upon a time.
Once upon a time, there was a young married couple. The husband was handsome and strong,
and the wife was beautiful and clever.
The first year they were together was bright and happy, full of the clearest days, warm evenings, good company,
and restless nights when they lay next to each other between the cool white sheets, burning with desire.
Are you happy?
As happy as a pig in the mud.
Oink, oink. What else?
As happy as a bear with a pot of honey.
What else?
As happy as a bird in the sky.
The second year they were together was gentle and peaceful, and
with soft light filling their house during the day and candles keeping the darkness away at night.
The husband grew softer
and the wife more radiant.
Are you happy?
Yes.
How happy are you?
As happy as a clam at high tide.
Tell me more. Are you happy?
Yes.
How happy are you?
As happy as a songbird.
Are you happy?
Yes, I am.
How happy are you? I want to know.
As happy as the day is long.
They were not blessed with children yet, but that did not bother them.
The third year came and went, and their life settled into its own rhythm.
Are you happy?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
But in the fourth year, a strange event disturbed their happiness.
One day, as the wife was changing sheets to do the laundry, she noticed a handful of dry flakes on the mattress, like speckles of desert dirt. She thought nothing of it and swept them off the bed.
The next week, when the wife was airing out the blankets outside in the garden, she found a strange piece of scaly skin like the dried wings of a cicada, but she thought nothing of it.
At the end of the third week, when the wife was flipping the mattress, she saw a glistening black tail slithering off the bed As she bent down for a closer look, she saw a large snake with a skin of such an unusual color that she had never known existed in the world. It was iridescent, like diamond dust was sprinkled all over it.
Oh, you poor thing! How did you end up under my bed?
The snake lifted its head slowly and rearranged its shiny, lustrous rings.
I am just a poor snake, hiding away from the harsh, scorching sun, resting here under your bed.
Go away, you snake! My husband is coming home soon. He would surely be cross to find a great beast like you under his bed.
Do not fret. I will be gone before you hear his footsteps crossing in the doorway. For now, let me rest here and cool my hot, dry skin.
The woman let the snake stay, and when the husband returned home, the snake was gone like dust in the hot desert wind.
What a long, hot day. I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. What's for dinner?
Chicken pot pie, your favorite.
Oh, what have you done to this pie? It's as salty as the tits sea.
Let me try. I don't know what happened to it. I only put a little bit of salt in.
She threw the pie out, and they both went to bed hungry. The next morning, after the husband left for work, the wife checked under the bed.
What are you doing here again?
The snake, its coils glistening like precious jewels, lifted its handsome head.
I'm just cooling my scales in the comfort of your home, waiting for evening to come.
What would you do in the evening?
Hunt for rabbits in your garden. Their warm blood tastes like sweet wine when you squeeze the life out of them.
You are a dangerous beast. I should be afraid of you. If my husband finds you, he will cut you into pieces. He is a strong man who is afraid of nothing.
I am more swift and powerful than you think. Men are no threat to me. Your husband does not scare me.
You are truly a fearsome beast. Your coils look frightfully powerful. Can you break man's bones with them?
I can shatter rocks and snap trees if I wanted. Men's bones are like butter. A gust of wind can splinter them.
Your skin feels so smooth, like expensive satin on a rich woman's dress.
Does your husband not buy you pretty clothes? A woman like you deserves the best money could buy. Your husband sure is lucky to have a wife such as you.
Oh no. We are just simple people working the land. We have no need for such things.
Do not sell yourself short. Men are blind to their fate. But you may be destined for much greater fortune.
I don't think so. Not me. You better go. My husband will be here any minute now.
If you say so. But tonight, when you go to bed, do not lock your door. There may be a surprise waiting for you in the morning.
Again, when the husband returned home that night, the wife had his dinner ready.
Holy mama. Oh. What's for dinner tonight?
I cooked you a rabbit.
A rabbit? What are we celebrating?
I just wanted to make something special for you. You work so hard every day. You deserve a nice meal.
I am a lucky man to have a wife like you. God, it's burnt! What are you trying to do, poison me?
No, what are you talking about? I never took my eyes off it. Let me try. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't do anything right.
They went to bed hungry again. In the morning, the wife didn't get out of bed.
Aren't you gonna make breakfast? What's wrong with you? Are you sick?
It's just my head. I have a terrible migraine. I think I'll stay in bed today.
Husband left for work, still hungry and tired from the previous night.
The wife looked under the bed. The snake wasn't there. Instead, she found a small bundle on the floor. When she opened it, it was a dress made from the softest, most lustrous fabric she had ever seen.
Put it on.
I can't. What if someone sees me? What would they think?
They would think, what a beautiful woman lives in this house. And how lucky her husband is to be married to her.
How do I look?
Beautiful.
When the husband came home that night, there was no light in the house. He called for his wife, but no one would answer him. In the darkness of his bedroom, he saw something moving on the bed. When he looked closer, he saw 2 large snakes coiled among the bed sheets.
بهار بهار باز اومده دوباره باز تموم دلها چه بیقراره اما برای من دو زخونه soon it will be fall. The leaves are starting to turn. Do you remember our first fall? It was raining for a whole month. Do you remember what you used to say? Without rain, there is no life.
I love rain. It's my favorite weather.
I know. It's been so long. I miss your stories.
Once upon a time, there was a couple who didn't have children for so long that they lost all hope. They prepared to spend their old age alone, with no one to care for them. The woman was already way past her childbearing age.
There was a witch living in the forest outside of town. One day, when the woman felt so sad that she couldn't take it any longer, she took a bottle of sweet wine and some silver coins and late in the evening went to the witch using the back road so that no one could see her. Sleep, my little darlings, they.
The woman, simple-minded as she was, didn't know that it was perilous to enter a witch's house uninvited.
Baby needs to close their eyes. Always more goodbyes. Night will fall. Night will fall. Heed its call. Heed.
Who is it? Who is the fool who dares to come into my home without my permission?
The woman felt a grip on her throat and couldn't breathe.
A poor, childless woman. I came for you, sweet wine, to quench your thirst.
Get out! You stink of desperation!
No, please. I brought you some silver coins to pay for your advice.
I have no need for your silver! Get out! You alley cat! You trash!
Please don't throw me out! I'll do anything you want, please don't throw me out!
Anything I want? You have nothing I want?
There must be something you like. Name it, anything!
You will regret it, you fool.
But I won't! Not if you give me a child, a little one, to call my own and to love.
I will give you two, you fool, but it will cost you dearly.
Anything.
Swear! Swear on the grave!
Whose grave?
On yours, you fool.
The woman, terrified as she was, swore she would fulfill her promise, and the witch gave her 2 small feathers to carry home.
Don't lose them.
I won't. Will these bring me a child?
You will see, you fool. Now get out. I'm tired.
The woman didn't have to be told twice. She ran out of the witch's house and made her way home.
She made a small pouch for the feathers the witch gave her and carried them close to her heart. In a few weeks, the woman felt a small movement in her belly, like a little fish was swimming there.
I think I'm pregnant.
Don't talk nonsense. You're too old. God has made up his mind. There's no changing it.
The next day, the woman felt a movement in her belly again, like 2 fishes were swimming in there.
I really think I'm pregnant.
Let it go. The day's short. We have lots to do. Don't waste my time with this.
But in a few days, she felt a movement in her belly again, and this time she knew for sure she was carrying a child.
9 months passed, and the woman gave birth, not to 1, but to 2 healthy children, a boy and a girl.
I have come to collect what is mine.
No, please, take anything, but leave me the children, please.
They are yours, you fool.
Sleep, my little darling thing. Sleep, don't feel the sting. Baby needs to close their eyes.
The woman hugged her children and looked around, but nothing was missing in the house. It took a few days before she discovered what the witch had taken: the sight from her daughter and the hearing from her son.
They were healthy and happy children. The girl with a voice like a bell, and a boy with a big smile and bright eyes.
They taught each other the silent language of gestures.
So she could show to him the beauty of the bird songs. And the soft whisper of the wind.
And he could describe to her the slimy green of frogs in the pond. And the deep red of blood when she cut her finger on his small pocket knife.
Their parents loved and cared for them, and life was good.
But as everything in this world waxes and wanes as the moon, so did their fortune change one day, as their mother had fallen ill and died, leaving their father a broken man and them orphans.
In a year, their father, fearful of getting old alone, remarried, bringing a young and impatient woman to be their stepmother.
There was no more laughter in their house.
What is it, my love?
Where is my brooch? I left it on the table last night and it's not there anymore. It must have been your witless children who've stolen it. I saw your son sneaking around.
Don't fret, my love. I'm sure you just misplaced it. The children, they don't have interest in such things. I'll buy you another one. Prettier.
I don't want another one. I want this one. My mother gave it to me. You always find excuses for them. Little thieves that they are. Where did you hide it? Tell me right now!
Don't hit him! He didn't take it, whatever it is.
Did you take it? Did you?
No! Please, just leave us alone.
She doesn't mean it. She's a good woman. She will learn to love you. I want to tell you something. A secret. She is with child. You're gonna have a little baby brother or sister soon.
But the stepmother was only getting more and more set in her ways, and her hate for the children only grew stronger.
Pass me the milk. I asked her. Don't help her.
She can't see.
Let me do it, sweetheart. You know she can't see.
She can't see. She can see what she needs when she wanders around the house like a ghost, scaring the bejesus out of me. Little ugly gnome. I can't live like this.
She means no harm. She's just tired. The baby's due any day now. She will mellow once the baby comes. All women do.
I'm afraid.
Don't be. I won't let her hurt you.
She stomps around the house like an ogre, and the whole house shakes. Even I can hear her.
We will hide in the cellar when we hear her coming. She never goes there.
I hate her. I wish she would die.
Don't. It's bad luck to wish trouble on others.
The children tried to stay out of their stepmother's way as much as they could.
Once the baby was born, the stepmother became so intolerable that the children spent most of their time hiding in the dark cellar.
One day, the stepmother called the father to her room.
I'm leaving you.
Why? What happened, my love?
I cannot stay in this house any longer. Your creepy children make my life a nightmare. Hiding in the dark, little monsters, scaring the baby. I'm going to lose my milk if I stay here for 1 minute longer.
Please don't go, my love. What can I do to make you stay?
Take them to the forest and leave them there. Someone will find them.
What are you saying, my love? They're just children.
Fine. Stay with them here, on your own. You old fool.
The father, the weak man that he was, agreed to take the children to the forest.
Where are we going?
My poor little ones. I'm just a weak old man. I can't take care of you any longer. Here is a basket with food and a blanket. Someone will come across you. The days are warm and long, and when someone comes across you, tell them that you were orphans. God willing, they will take pity on you.
He left the children in the forest on a sunny clearing and went home crying his eyes out, the sad, weak man that he was.
Are you scared?
Yes. What if nobody finds us?
Then we'll stay here.
Forever?
Yes, forever.
What if wolves find us?
I will fight the wolves. I won't let them hurt you.
Bears?
I will fight the bears too. I am strong.
I know you are. Show me what the wolves sound like. The bears.
The children became hungry and tired. They ate some food from the basket and fell asleep. It was the night of the blood moon. The one night in the year when all the witches come together in the forest to run through the sweet grass and breathe in the foggy night air and howl at the moon like wild beasts.
I smell fierce.
Bitter?
No, sweet like honey.
Tears of the innocent. Hard to come by, they say.
There is something else.
What is it?
Death. I smell her stink.
Right? She must be close. Sneaking old crone.
What is it?
Stinkhorn and Stapula to throw her off her scent.
Look, I found something.
What is it?
Look at those babes! Sweet as burnt and salty caramel!
Let me smell them.
No, me, no. You. Me. Wait. I know this smell.
Wake up! I heard something.
What is it?
I don't know.
It's dark. It's scary. I'm afraid.
Darkness isn't scary. People are.
What's that?
What?
I see something moving in the dark.
Take my hand. I won't let it hurt you.
What can you do? You're blind.
I will scream so loud even the people in the village will hear it.
Oh my. Whom do we have here?
Who are you? What do you want from us? Go back to where you came from.
Is this how you speak to your elders, you little tadpoles?
Do you see them?
I do. They're so ugly. Ugly like scarecrows. What are they saying?
Oh, I remember you. My, how you've grown.
We don't know you.
Get away, or I'll hit you with my stick.
What a feisty little mouse. I could eat him whole.
I could make a stew out of him.
Don't hurt him. He doesn't mean it. He's just a little boy.
Useless little boy. Deaf as a doornail. Has your mother gotten sick of you and thrown you out?
Don't say that. You mean old harpy.
What's she saying?
She's just a cruel, ugly hag.
And how would you know that? You're blind as a mole.
I can hear it in your ugly voice.
She's showing us some spout, dirty little squirrel.
Quiet! Why are you alone in the forest? Where are your parents? Aren't they grateful for the gift I gave them? Thankless bastards! I warned your mother, the fool that she was.
Our mother is dead. She would have never have left us out here.
What's she saying? Why are you crying?
It's nothing.
Hush. She is near.
I thought we threw her off our scent.
She's not here for us.
Little tadpoles.
Be quiet.
Her eyes are like the ocean. I want to marry her.
What's happening?
I shouldn't have told you this story.
Once upon a time.
What is that?
What?
The singing.
I don't know, but I feel I've heard it before. She's so beautiful, like a princess.
All right, I think it's getting late. I think it's time for you guys to go to bed.
Can we hear another story?
You look beautiful.
But not as beautiful as her.
I don't remember anymore.
Night, little ones.
Good night, Mama.